I'm busy. Hold on just a minute. Why didn't you leave with that? Come on in. I always have time to explain the tax benefits to oil and gas. Take a seat. Let me actually show you how to take that same money that you're paying to the IRS in taxes and turn it into monthly income with oil and gas wells. As a kid, my dad told me the person that saves the most wins. We're still going to use that philosophy, but I'm going to show you how to even save more money if you're one of these people that makes $300,000 a year or more. If you're one of those people that makes $300,000 to a couple $1,000,000 in income each year, your number one expense is taxes. This is what we're going to talk about, how to generate more savings. At $300,000 a year, you're looking at roughly $75,000 in federal income tax. Now, you're also going to have additional taxes on the state level, Social Security, Medicare, other things like that. I'm just talking cut and dry federal taxes. If you invested $200,000, you're looking at paying around $40,000 in federal taxes. So these two numbers alone, you're looking at around a $35,000 difference. So how do you make this in income but only pay this in taxes? You got to spend money. They have write-offs, and oil and gas is one of the greatest investments that you can make to have one of the best write-offs initially. So if you're making $300,000 a year and you invest $100,000 into a form of oil and gas direct participation, you're actually going to be taxed at a $200,000 a year income. So here's how that works. Let's go ahead and clear this off right here. You're making $300,000 a year. You invest $100,000 in an oil and gas deal that qualifies for 100% tax write-off in the year that it's incurred. You're only going to be reporting $200,000 worth of income to the IRS. So if you're looking at a $100,000 investment, you're going to have to come over here. That is instantly going to save you about $35,000 that you'd in turn send to the IRS. Of that $35,000, that lowers your cost basis 35% on the investment. So if you wrote a check for $100,000, you only have to get back $65,000 to break even. Now I'm going to show you how do you get that $65,000 back and turn that into additional income, or what we like to call oil and gas cash flow, to generate that income for the next 20 to 30 years. Now that you understand how the write-offs work and how it saves you money in taxes, let's talk about cash flow. If you invested $100,000 and you're generating $2,000 a month in income, you're looking at about a 4-year rate of return. So 25% rate of return a year. Not a bad investment. How do you take a not a bad investment and turn it into a really great investment? Well, go back to that write-off. That $100,000 that you invested, you have a cost basis of $65,000. So we'll use the exact same example. $65,000 generating $2,000 a month in income, you're at a little over 2.5 year rate of return. You can't beat it. And in addition to that, 15% of the income you generated, so let's go back to here. Let's say you're a little over 2.5 years and you've generated $65,000 in income. Of that $65,000 in income, you instantly get a cash savings because only 15% of the production is non-taxable. The other 85% you pay taxes on like ordinary income, but you get a 15% They call it depreciation allowance. 15% is non-taxable income. When you go back and read economic books and look up definitions through Investopia, they are going to call this a cash cow. But here at Evans Energy, since we're dealing with fossil fuels, we got a new term. It's called a Cashosaurus. This is how the Cashosaurus saves you money and builds long-term wealth and uses that money that you made and you saved to win, to double down and win more than once. Hope that you found this information useful, and if there's anybody you want to share this to that looks to pay a lot of money in taxes, or a real estate professional that is selling a property at a huge appreciation, give us a call and we would love to walk you through a couple scenarios that we have dealt with. Again, we're not tax professionals. We do not work for the IRS. We're not a CPA, but we can give you real world examples and experiences that we've used in the years that we've been doing this. Give us a call, 214-427-8980. Again, I'm Nash Evans, the CEO over here with Evans Energy 2. Thanks for watching.